Hello my friends, I am coming to you today with another journal review and flip through. This right here, this lovely blue color, I think it's called sky blue, is from the Paperage company. You can get these on Amazon and they're about $10. 160 pages, 100 GSM, acid-free, high-quality paper, lay flat design. I don't know so much about that lay flat design. I had to really work with it, and I had to use heavy bulldog clips like this to get it to lay flat so I could write a lot. It has the inner pocket, and it also comes with, which I think is really cool. You know how the Leuchtturm comes with the little stickers that you can use to archive your paper or your book. The Paperage one comes with the same stickers, so I thought that was really cool. And they came just right in the back pocket. And of course I just used one, and so now I have extra stickers for my next journals. So this is a 5x7x8, so I guess it is just gently, just slightly smaller than Leuchtturm and your typical A5 notebook. It has also the typical faux leather outer, elastic bands on the back, and as I've already showed, the extendable inner pocket. And I don't know what this is for. Like, I have no clue what this is about. It didn't say anything, and I just don't know. Isn't this sticker beautiful? Jen sent me this. Artfully Jen. She sent me, because in one of my last videos I talked about how I wanted to get a hold of some of Alicia's work, and I never seemed to be able to get to her Etsy shop on time before everything sold out. So she sent me all of these stickers, like from her own collection. She didn't ask for anything, she just sent these to me. And so I used, this one was for this journal. Hold on one second. So I used one of the stickers from Baumkuchen that she gave me. I think it's Baumkuchen. People say Baumkuchen, or I'm not sure. I say Baumkuchen. She gave me a packet of these stickers, and I've already used 2. So I really love that. This was my volume 37. I used this one, which she also sent the larger version of as well, which I am super stoked about. So this is for my current flip through, and this little sticker right here is from Briette Documented Journey, which came on my cork folio that I just had. And the current novel, that's a good one, current journal I'm in, I'm using this one, which was so pretty. And she sent me not only the Baumkuchen stickers, the fragile stickers, but these cool little guys, which I've been liking. And these are the rest of the stickers from Alicia's Etsy shop, which are just absolutely stunning. I am just, and she was so kind, absolutely so kind. You can see all of them. They are so stinking beautiful. Alicia is a master at collaging. I can't. I've tried so hard to collage, and I can't. And then I also got this little, she sent me this little, this book belongs to, with Fig and Bean on it. She's gonna have to make new stickers now because she's got the new puppy. But this is the beautiful one that's on my current journal with a little Balm Kuchen sticker right there and right there. So thank you so much, Jen. I am so in love with the stickers and the samples of ink that you sent me. I actually have in my book, I have 2 of the inks. I used 2 of the inks that you sent me, so I'll be showing those. But anyway, let's get to what you really came here for, the flip through. Okay, so this is, like I said before, this is a 100 GSM paper A5 notebook. And let me get my fingers good. Oh, get up good so I can do a good flip through for you. So I was in this journal from February 1st to February 11th, and I journaled on, whoops, 150 pages. Well, okay, I take that back. 148 pages. 148 sheets. Pages. 148. Is it sheets front and back, or is it pages front and back? I don't know. But I did a whole bunch. Okay, so the first, and some people have said that they wanted to see swatches of the inks that I used in my journal. So I did that. I did swatches of all of my inks, which I don't really have a lot, but as I go through here and you see the different inks that I used, I will show you the swatch. So this one right here is Sailor Ink Studio 237, which I think is just a beautiful, beautiful pink. In the right pen, it can look pastel, or it can be darker when you've got a medium nib on it or a broad nib. It's just stunning. So if you've been here any length of time, you know on my channel, my flip throughs are basically just me writing, because I am a writing kind of journaler. My next ink was Parker Quink in Blue Black. And you know what I'm gonna do? Let's see. Bing, bong, bong. There we go. Look at my fingers. And so now we have, I put them in order too, Diamine Safari. And this was one of those really cute stickers that came from these packs like this. Really cute. And like just enough decoration too. And this was more of the Parker Quink and the Sailor Ink Studio 237. And then I inked up some Birmingham Pen Company, Ohio River. And this is interesting because I have a Lamy Safari, and it was a fine nib. When it first originally came to me, it was so scratchy, and I smoothed it, and it kind of became a very, very wet fine nib, so it's actually more like a medium nib. So I actually went ahead and ordered an extra fine nib because I wanted my nib to be finer. When it got here, that nib was super scratchy too, so I smoothed it, and now that's like a fine. Isn't that crazy? But Birmingham River looks really great in my Lamy. So this thinner line is the extra fine. Before some of that's the extra fine, and then I smoothed it out. This one right here is Ferris Wheel Press Lady Rose. This is my very first Ferris Wheel Press ink, and the bottle and the box are just unbelievably pretty. And here we are with one of my favorite inks that I use all the time. It's KWZ Dromgold's Discovery Green, and I tried to draw a Stitch for my daughter. She's really, really into Lilo and Stitch and thinks Stitch is like the best thing since sliced bread. So I had to, and I wrote this here, I did this here so that I could see, and you guys could see the difference between Sailor Ink Studio 237 and Ferris Wheel Press Lady Rose, how they're so beautifully different. And this right here is Sailor Manyo Nekoyanagai. Nekoyanagi. Nekoyanagi. It's that one. Yes, that's what it is. I actually typed this up on my Royal Quiet Deluxe on some craft paper, and I pasted it in here. So this is a really, really, really light, but a super beautiful ink. I was really excited about that ink. Do you see how you can see as I move the book, you can see the red sheen from the Discovery Green ink. And so I did notice in here that inks that sheen did sheen. I don't own any shimmering inks though, so I couldn't tell you there. This right here is Sailor Gentle Toki Wamatsu, which is probably my favorite green ink out of all of my green inks. I have a lot of green inks. Actually, green inks make up the majority of my ink collection, but Toki Wamatsu is my favorite. You will see it often in all of my journals, as well as KWC Discover Your Green. I spilled some stuff on my journal. So here's more Toki Wamatsu. My hands are so dry right now. And here is more of the Sailor Nick. Please give me somebody in the comments below, put phonetically how I pronounce that, please, because I am having the roughest time pronouncing that. So here's more KWZ Discovery Green. It is probably one of my favorite greens to write with at all as well. And more Lady Rose. And I enjoyed using stickers from these little sticker box or sticker things that matched my ink. So whenever I would, write with a new ink or just change my ink out, then I would find a sticker that matched it and put it in there. This was when I started writing with, I have a Schaefer No Nonsense, or vintage Schaefer No Nonsense with an italic nib. And so I started writing with that, and it was really, really pretty. And here is more Toki Wamatsu. And as you can see from my journal flips, the majority of my journaling is just writing. So this right here is Diamine Oxblood. I do not have a swatch of it because this is my daughter's ink. It's in her bedroom. And when I was doing my swatches, she was doing her schoolwork and I didn't want to bother her. So this really isn't my ink, it's her ink. She uses it more. But I really loved using it again. It's been so long since I used Toki Wamatsu. So I'm sorry, as for the journal itself, the pages are 100 GSM and they're really nice. They're not cream colored pages. They're not stark white, but they're not ivory. They're a little bit lighter towards the white side of ivory. And I just think that's super great. And so I really enjoyed writing on them. This was my daughter's planned a little party in their bedroom. It was a disco party. And so they made me my little party ticket. And I was supposed to give it to them and then they would, tear it off where they perforated it. But they let me keep the whole thing for my journal, which was super nice of them. And this was my stamp that was supposed to go on the back of my hand so I can go in the party. It was a great party. It was even greater because I was there. There's more Toki Wamatsu at Oxblood. And I really enjoyed finding these stickers to go with. And I added a little bit of washi in different places just as a border to kind of go with those pretty stickers. More Oxblood and Toki Wamatsu. And right over here we have, I was writing with my Lamy and then I decided that no, this was my Lamy. This was my my Hongdian 1841 in black and gold, and I inked that up with Diamine Prussian Blue, and this was one of the samples that Jen sent me, and I am in love with this color. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I really, really, really enjoyed writing with this. And when I ink up my pens, I write all of them until they are... So I had a lot of anxiety and overwhelm the first 2 weeks of February. And so I got to the point where I needed to write, but I didn't have anything else to write. So I've been reading Island of the Blue Dolphins to my daughters, and so I began writing Island of the Blue Dolphins in my journal here, and it was incredibly helpful, and it's something that I do quite often. Here is a different green, and it's barely noticeable, but this is Tools to Live by Green, and I got this from Galen Leather, and it is really nice too. This is like a greens green, like a green grass green, and I really like that. And so I did this, so maybe you can see the difference between this one right here is Tokewamatsu, and this is Tools to Live by Green. Let's see. Oh, said some bad words. I was very angry, upset right now. Not right now, but then I was incredibly upset. And this was more Prussian blue. Gosh, it's just so pretty. And I was still upset and angry, so I started writing out the Velveteen Rabbit, which was really cool. We were at a really cool little shop we found, and I found this little vintage copy of the Velveteen Rabbit. And I have this thing where every time I see a copy of this book on a shelf somewhere, I have to buy it. I don't know why. So I've got like 4 copies of it. I have a couple of books that are like that. Velveteen Rabbit, anything by Beatrix Potter, any book by Jane Austen, and also the anthologies. And I think those are the only books that I have that with. It's weird. But at least it's not Catcher in the Rye, right? Am I right? So here's more Tokiwa and some more Oxblood. The paper here was really soft. It's not like Cafe Notes soft, so don't go thinking all that. But it had less, this has less tooth than a loose term. Loose term has a little bit of tooth. This has less tooth than that. So if you like a nice soft paper to write on, then this is a good one. And for $10, it's a pretty great notebook, I believe. I did some watercoloring on it. Right now we are in the Mardi Gras, and so I tried some. My hands are so dry. Did some watercoloring of Mardi Gras colors and then some shimmer, and it held up to watercoloring really well. More Oxblood. And here's some more. I had a lot of that this 2 weeks, so I started writing out poems by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And here we are, another ink color, and this is Vinta Inks Harlequin 1920 Vaudeville. And in the right little light, you can see that green sheen on it. I was writing in a fine nib, so the green ink sheen I never really found. I was never really able to see, but I just really like the color of this ink. It reminds me of eggplant, and I just thought that was really pretty. And this is a stamp, one of my stamps, and I used some Staedtler fine liners to color it in, and then some gray mild liner to outline the circle. And then I left it over here so you could see that it does come through a bit. It shadowed, but it didn't come through, it didn't bleed. So that was good. This is more Tokiwamatsu and Oxblood, which I really enjoyed writing with Oxblood again. I may have to go snag it from her room and ink up another pen with it. Here's more Tokiwamatsu, and up here I was making like a little list of the pens that I still want to get for this year, which is a white TWSBI Eco, but I'm actually thinking about selling my transparent green TWSBI Eco to get a white one. I know that's so weird, but it's just what my brain is thinking about doing right now. And then we come to Pilot Aroshizuku Shinryoku. Again, one of my favorite greens. And this was a little B stamp down here, and I put that here and kind of just so you could see how stamps kind of go through or hold. This was the day that I got my documented journey folio from Bree. Isn't it so beautiful? It's so beautiful. I did a unboxing video of this, and I can link it in the description for you, or you can just look down on, you know, from where you found my link, and then click it there because it's just right there. And let's see, more journaling, not so many pictures and things. I didn't really feel the need to use up a lot of the space in this journal with decorating, because it was just a really nice journal. I just really liked it. Prussian blue. And in my other journal, I'm doing something a little bit different with fountain pen inks this time. And I believe I was finishing up the Oxblood at this point. And then my last ink that I inked up in here was Kali Nostalgia Sierra Mist. And I really liked it on this paper too. So I finished up the Shinryoku and the Harlequin Vaudeville. And here's some more of the Oxblood. I was watching videos, I can't remember who, but sometimes when they do flip throughs of their art journals, something catches my eye, and then I try to draw it too. This reminded me of my 15-year-old daughter, so that's why I wanted to draw it. Just more journaling, more of the same, Shinryoku. And over here I was trying to figure out which, you know, out of my fountain pens, if I could pick out my 5 favorite, which that would be really difficult for me, because I love all of my pens. I don't have a lot of them. I was watching Chris Sain's video, and she pulled out her journal to show an ink or something, and I noticed that she had written down this on her journal page because I was weird, and I was like, oh, I noticed that. I thought that might be a really good idea to put on the first days of my journal pages. Like, I want more blank, so I will spend less on blank, because I have a problem with my finances. I am paying off my student loans, and so I only have about $50 for the rest of the month. And I find myself like always wanting to buy something else journally when I really can't do it. So I need to figure out what I can do and where I can mix and move and shuffle so I can have more play money. And the last day, or the last page of this, was Prussian blue, and that was the end. And this is my ink register. These ones up here, Earl Grey, Sailor Ink Studio 967, Ancient Copper, and Bay State Blue, I did not actually use in this journal. When I first got the journal, this was just what I used to test out inks. And so, as you can see, they shadow. The only one that came through a tiny bit was Bay State Blue, but I mean, it's Bay State Blue. You just gotta live with that. So everything else just shadowed, and I actually like shadowing. So this was all the inks that I used in this journal. And that is the end of my flip through. My verdict on Paperage is that I actually really like this journal. And even though I have a whole bunch of journals that I need to use up before I purchase more, but I already have another Paperage journal or 2 in my Amazon save for later. And so I do plan on getting more of these and journaling in them, because it was a great journaling experience. I really liked it, and I think you will too. So that was volume number 38 of 2022 journals, and I hope you like this flip through. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you like my video, then please give me a thumbs up, give me a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you are feeling compelled to help out my channel in any way, I would encourage you to check out my Ko-Fi link in the description below. And if you feel so led, you could leave me a tip, and that would really help my channel and let me know that what I'm doing is good and I should keep going with it. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for watching, and I wish you awesomeness and greatness and everything, all of that. Bye-bye.